Ladies, gentlemen, Octanes and Roadhogs, welcome to another star-studded night here in the QRLS. We have another triple header for you this season, and it is going to be probably one of the most exciting nights of QRLS action we will see to date. Joining me in the booth today, first time in a long time, my friend Bearded 4L.
Yeah, Little Bucket, I'm very happy to be making my season four broadcast debut. Due to some week three events, I have a lot more time on my hands.
No question, and obviously a lot of things shaking up in the league this week, and we will get to that quite soon. However, we have a special treat for all of you viewers here in the QRLS tonight as we saw a milestone happen yesterday in the matchup between the Kings and the Hammerheads. We will see another milestone happen here tonight. We have none other than our good friend and colleague K1 Killer in the booth here with us tonight. And K1, thank you for joining us, and congratulations as you are now one of the elite players to have played are soon to be one of the players to hit 100 games. And K1, first of all, how you doing, man, and how exciting is this for you?
Yeah, careful. Definitely don't jinx it. There's no guarantee my internet doesn't crap out in the next 20 minutes. But no, it feels really great. Really excited to kind of get this one underway. It's weird because I mean it's just another game realistically, but it's exciting too to kind of I don't think anybody expected us to have 100 games played in I don't think anybody expected the league to kind of grow to where it was for 100 games to be played. So to be part of that honor, to be in that company feels really really good.
Yeah, and that rolls right into my question, K1, where, you saw yourself amongst 11 other men starting up a rinky dink little twos league with six teams. And, you saw yourself captain of one of those teams, formerly known as the K1 Crew. And
Oh man.
now, obviously, we have all of your stats here on the screen. You've seen four Player of the Week awards in the Savage Division. You were an All-Star in the Savage Division. And probably the most prestigious one on this screen is that QRLS champion in Season 2, leading your K1 Kings that season to the not only the finals, but the reverse sweep in the finals. One of the most insane moments in history in sports. And, how take us through the start of this league to now and what it means to you.
Yeah, wow, great question. Yeah, no, I think this league kind of started as a bunch of just good friends and buddies that have met randomly online through matchmaking, or some people in real life were just friends, that coworkers or whatnot, that all just had a joy for this hobby of Rocket League, and so much so that wanted to come together and kind of just put together just some private matches, and kind of have bragging rights to see who's able to do what. And that quickly turned into an environment of like, oh man, I want to progress as much as I can so I can show everybody I've gotten better, and I want to surprise people with what kind of mechanics I can do, and what kind of shots I'm able to hit. And I think everybody kind of collectively had that mindset of trying to compete and one up their friends, and friendly competition. And that kind of led to that growing a community of similarly minded individuals, who we met again randomly on the internet, through matchmaking, friends bringing in other friends, etc., to where we are now, to a full blown competitive league of teams, captains, stats, all stars, awards, Twitch streams. I mean, it's kind of hard to believe the growth, but to have played through it, it happened. It feels like it's so long ago, but happened so quick at the same time. So it's been an experience, to say the least.
As always, that was a very well delivered answer
Well,
from
thank
you,
you.
K1. And as an additional founding member of the league, first off, I'd like to just congratulate you on those insane accolades that we just had on the screen here for the statistics that you've compiled here in the league.
Well, thank
What
you very much. That means a lot coming from you, Bearded. Thank you.
I've only managed my way into a couple of those categories. So, One of the things that I wanted to ask you is of those statistics that we saw on the screen here, which one do you think is your favorite, and which one do you think more demonstrates your play style?
Definitely. Yeah, I think without a doubt, it's the championship. I was able to captain in. I was able to captain in a all star team, and to date, I still believe to be the very best team the QRLS has ever seen. You can take the season 3 Hammerheads and put it against the season 2 Kings, and I promise you, the Kings run away with it. But yeah, I think it was really fun to put that together. Along with that, the team I played on were two friends of mine, and we just kind of competed in a way that I don't think we expected to, especially with the emergence of the Sneaky Snakes in that season. Now the Rocketeers, who I get to see tonight. So to see that competitiveness and our come from behind victory, me personally, I'm definitely a scrappier type player, who might be down but is never really out, and so I think really all of season 2 just perfectly encompasses what our team was and kind of how I play as well, personally. So it was really good to kind of take that to kind of have that memory of the reverse sweep and just the elation that I felt as the ball hit, as the clock hit 0, the ball hit the ground and we won. It was like, holy cow, how did we just do that? That was amazing. I think at one point there was a comment in the chat, and I know you two are actually the ones commentating over it, but I think it was Stubbs even who was like, "Is this actually happening?" And it was in Game 5, but we were about to force or maybe it was Game 6. We're about to force the Game 7 to seal the reverse sweep. Yeah, I could go on and on about it. That was just a lot of fun, and just to think that was just a private match, realistically speaking. So, but the community and the league makes it so much more. So it was a great memory and definitely something I'm very proud of.
Absolutely, no doubt about it, and it's something you should definitely be proud of. And just one last thing to go along with those statistics up there is knowing from your college baseball career, you are definitely a five-tool player in this league.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I try.
K1, it is always a pleasure. We know you have a big matchup coming up, so we're going to let you go ahead and get back to the locker room with your team. Thank you so much for taking some time here to give us a rundown of your career so far, and hopefully we see 100 more out of you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the recognition, and thank you all for listening to me for a little bit. That was fun.
Always a pleasure is the K1 Killer. And ladies and gentlemen, we have action here tonight. As you can see on the screen, the 3 Rocketeers taking on the Speed Demons. And ladies and gentlemen, both of these squads sitting at 3 and 6. However, one squad bearded essentially brand spanking new.
Yeah, it's a very interesting matchup in the sense that, as you said, both teams are 3 and 6 and looking up from the bottom of their respective divisions. And they've gone 2 different routes here. With the Speed Demons, we're going to see that they've kept their team the same and they're going to try to break out of their funk. And the 3 Rocketeers have gone the opposite way and just gone from scratch here, basically. We're going to see an all-new team and see if their record can change.
Yeah, and with that, both teams, as you mentioned, sitting at the bottom of their divisions, and both teams also towards the bottom in goals scored. And with that, how do you think, especially on the 3 Rocketeers side of things, that this change is going to affect them? Because, Slurpy Snail, this is the second time we're going to have seen this gamble.
Yeah, it's true. And honestly, it's an interesting coincidence, I guess, but both the teams that have made complete reboots in the past week were both former championship members of the Hammerheads. And they are not used to losing coming off of last season. So the way this season started, I'm not surprised that they both made this move to try to increase their competitiveness in the league. What we need to see here tonight is how does that work?
Great stuff indeed, and that's honestly a great point too. These guys, the captains of the 2 teams that we saw the most noise about this week, were both not accustomed to losing, especially after that insane season we saw in Season 3. Bearded, we are T minus 10 minutes away from players hitting the field here, and I want to get your prediction here tonight on these two squads. On paper, it looks like this could be a coin toss.
Absolutely. These two teams match up well on paper. We know that the Speed Demons are going to have more chemistry, at least in theory, considering they've played together the longest, and the Three Rocketeers are a brand new team. But, this league does always share some secrets behind closed doors, and it sounds like there's been some pretty competitive scrimmages going on lately. So I'm interested to see what happens tonight. I think this new look Three Rocketeers team is going to go 2-1.
Great stuff here. And ladies and gentlemen, give us your predictions in the chat. I want to hear what everybody thinks here tonight, because this one honestly seems like it could go either way. I'm gonna call a 2-1 Rocketeers win. I think change is good, and historically as a captain, I'd like to make a lot of changes. So I think we're gonna here in Bucket's booth, we are gonna go 2-1 Rocketeers here, but. As always, Bearded, I love to be proven wrong.
Absolutely, and the fact that you agreed with me means you probably will be.
With that being said, Bearded, we are only in week 4, and triple header tonight is going to wrap up week 4 indeed for all teams. And with that being said, you mentioned how the Speed Demons did not make any changes to their roster, especially after this slow start. And with the trade deadline approaching next week, do you think that this is kind of a make or break game for the roster underneath Arcane Duwork?
Yeah, I mean, it almost has to be, you would think. Like you said, with the trade deadline coming up next week, the options become very limited on what you can do beyond that point to shake up the roster in a big way. So if they don't get the results they're looking for tonight, I would expect them to be a very busy team next week.
No question about it. Interesting to see what the trade block might have in store, and or what potential draft scouting will have in store for either of these teams. And with that, Bearded, sitting both at 3 and 6, obviously the top 2 teams in each division make the playoffs now, not the top 4 teams in the league total. So, with that, in theory, especially in the Savage division where the Speed Demons remain, that is anybody's division to squeeze in that second or in that lead spot.
Oh, absolutely. It's still early in the season, and those records are not far enough out of contention where it's not going to be anyone's game for the next few weeks. But we got to see what these roster moves do for some of these teams. And if you haven't made a move yet, which there's pretty much only the Speed Demons and Clarity that feel like they haven't made a move, it seems like. But if you don't make a move soon, it's going to be maybe too late.
Yeah, and a good example of that, last season we saw the Bleacher Boys start off very rough, and then they were able to turn that end of the season around and make themselves appear in the finals and become the Savage Division champions. And so, I guess the point is that a season can get turned around at the flip of a switch, and, any of these teams are in such great competitive shape right now. Across the board in the league, so it really is anybody's ball game, and this might be the tightest race we're going to have going into the playoffs across the league.
Oh, absolutely. This league has made a point to try to increase the parity in the league, and I think that's worked pretty well so far. And I'm excited to see how this season closes out, and I'm expecting really tight finishes through both divisions.
So with that being said, Bearded, we see RL Zombie. This is going to be his first full-time appearance here in the QRLS on a roster. We've seen him sub earlier in the season. And, how do you think the nerves are going to settle in for the rookie here? Because, we've seen being a sub is a whole lot different than being a fixed part of a moving project.
Oh, certainly. Coming in as a sub, you don't really have as much invested in the week to week, at least for most people, other than just maybe your individual statistics. Whereas being a full-time member, you're no longer auditioning for a spot. You've got one, and now you've got to keep it because there are some talented players left in free agency. And as this league has shown us, nobody's afraid to make moves. So, you're not auditioning now. You've got that spot, and you want to keep it. And that can be nerve-wracking your first time through, I would imagine, but I think he's got some talented teams around or players around him, and I think that's going to keep everything moving in the right direction.
Yeah, a lot of hype around the pairing of Zovri and Slurpee Snail, indeed. And across the field from him tonight, we see Sir Brodude, who is on his rookie tenure as well. However, he has had the luxury of having played all season so far for the Speed Demons, and obviously there is the chemistry factor. And, as we mentioned, this is almost do or die for anybody on any roster going into the trade deadline next week. So, interesting to see what the rookie matchup has in store.
Absolutely, yeah. I actually did a little prep work for this evening and watched the weekend review show, brilliantly hosted by Little Buckets as always and Massamoon. But in that show, K1 mentioned that that team is starting to get going and they feel pretty confident moving forward. But there are some raw pieces that they're trying to figure out the chemistry on. And like I said before, if they don't make a move soon, they might find themselves a little too far behind to catch up. So we'll see what they do and see how the rookies perform tonight.
Yeah, and as always, if you haven't seen the weekend review show, go ahead and go to the QRLS official YouTube channel and go check out that Week 3 review. We also have the match from last night, the Hammerheads versus the Kings, on that YouTube channel now as well. And that was a match that nobody should miss. And if you did, that is exactly why we have it on the YouTube channel now. Go check out that exciting matchup and go check out and like and subscribe on that YouTube channel. Bearded, we have some players starting to filter in here out of the tunnels. It's a gorgeous night here at Champions Field. We got the crowd packed up tight. I'm insanely excited for another triple header.
Oh, there's nothing better than a triple header, I guess, except for a quadruple header. But the excitement is definitely starting off with this game where we have, as we said, that brand new 3 Rocketeers team, which I think is adding a lot of intrigue to this matchup right off the start of the night.
Yeah, and as we've seen in the first 3 weeks, the Speed Demons have won the last game of their series every week. So, questionably the most adaptable team in the league. It's just, as K1 mentioned in his interview on the weekend show, when that adaptability comes in and making that hotness start at game 1 or even game 2 rather than at the end of the series.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as somebody who's been on their share side of losses in this league, I can tell you, if you don't make an adjustment in between games and you can't do it quickly, you're not going to be very successful in this league. So we've seen them make the adjustments, just sometimes not quick enough, and maybe with some more experience and some more more confidence in each other, they can start to make those adjustments quicker and see how tonight goes.
It is going to be interesting indeed. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 more star-studded matchups tonight. Coming up after the Rocketeers and the Demons, we are going to see the Bleacher Boys take on the Gold Diggers, which is one of the most talked about matchups coming into this week. And then to finish things off, it will be the Headhunters taking on Clarity United. The Headhunters sitting atop the QRLS with a 7-2 record. All 3 matches, not a single one you are going to want to miss. So stick around with us here all night long. Myself and Bearded are going to be here in the booth, ready to go. And Bearded, as mentioned with K1's 100th game tonight, we are going to see the Jet hit his 100th game as well. The Jet, K1, and Blubbernut are the only 3 players to have played every week of the QRLS.
There's something to be said for that consistency, that's for sure. The Jet is another one of the original members, OG members of this league, and he's been able to keep his spot as a captain and keep playing and just be consistent and be ready to play every single week. And there's something to be said for that. It's hard to do, and that type of dedication should definitely be recognized.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are T-minus 60 seconds away from players hitting the field. We are just waiting for one more team to get here into the lobby at Champions Field. Bearded, this is an exciting matchup to say the least, and as you mentioned, from the bottom looking up, this is honestly probably the most pivotal point of the season for both of these squads in terms of record, because they have to get going the right direction fast.
Yeah, it's always interesting for the mid-season or close to mid-season matchup to see some teams get moving that have to get going in the right direction, like you said. And we saw them go about it in two different ways, or at least how they're going to attempt to start to go about it. And I'm very, very intrigued to see which captain's method pays off here tonight.
No question about it. And ladies and gentlemen, give us your predictions one more time. We saw a few come in here early on. I want to see some more. I want to see who everybody thinks has the advantage here in this matchup. And with that, we see some players start to leave the field now. Maybe going to retalk their game plan real quick here, Bearded.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's not usually what we see going on. I wonder if maybe there was an issue with the connection, or if we're just trying to figure out what's going on with the other team. Oh, no, we see people coming back in now, so hopefully we'll get that all squared away for you.
Yeah, and we are just past 8:30. We're waiting for the rest of the players to rejoin here. This is honestly the most anxiety driven part of the nights, as always, is trying to get all these players here. And with that, we see some players hitting the field, but not all the players hitting the field, as we look like we are going to have a lobby reset here. So please bear with us here. Bearded, talk to us a little bit more about the upcoming trade deadline.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks. Looks like we had a little bit of a false start on the field there, but we'll get everything squared away with that. Yeah, next week is the trade deadline coming up, and we've got the week three chaos, as it seems to be every season, has now concluded. I think this is going to be a big night tonight to see how a lot of those moves shake out and see if anybody has any last minute ideas before the trade deadline to see if they'd like to shake it up even further.
Yeah, and honestly, this is, as you mentioned, the week three chaos. Historically, it's happened every season in the QRLS, whether it be trades, whether it be, free agent moves and or cuts and or what have you, waiver wire moves. There is just a ton of stuff that seems to go down on week three historically every season, and this season was no different. With one of the most unorthodox things we've seen in QRLS history happening, a rule change right smack dab in the middle of the season, preventing two players of 1350 or higher MMR on the same roster. Bearded, give us a little rundown on how that benefits the league and how the admins were able to essentially accept that proposal by the players.
Yeah, I mean, from the outside looking in, what we were able to see is that the league felt like there was going to be an issue with competitive balance. Some of the captains and admins got together and decided that or maybe not admins, I don't want to speak out of turn, but some of the players in the league got together and decided that they thought that it might not be good for the future of the league and the competitive balance for the teams to be set the way they were. And they approached it the right way, I think, in terms of making a petition and bringing things to the attention of the admins. And from there, the admins were able to decide, correct me if I'm wrong, basically that they agreed with the proposal and that a rule change should be instituted to try to help the league moving forward.
Yeah, and without a doubt, you hit the nail right on the head. We saw the rule change. We saw the transaction get null and void. And obviously, with Season 5, obviously it seems like it's pretty far away, but it is right around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. And we are planning on expanding by 2 teams at least going into Season 5. So with that, we want as much interactivity and as much of a connection between the players and the league administrators as we can. And, it was honestly a very humbling and very good experience to be a part of that and to be able to just be approached professionally. And with that, it just makes me all the more excited for Season 5. And, as mentioned in all of the past streams, and as I will continue to mention in the streams moving forward in Season 4, we do have the captain application form in the Discord page. So go ahead and fill that out in the event that you want to potentially run one of the new expansion teams coming to the QRLS in Season 5. It is linked in the Discord. You cannot miss it, and if you have any problems finding it, just reach out to myself or one of the admins, and we will get you that form because we want to see this expansion happen. Bearded, we are missing one player, and that one player, the news has come in. We are having a little bit of technical difficulties. He's restarting his system, and once he gets in, we are going to have some barn-burning Rocket League. I know everybody isn't really used to me talking quiet this long.
Yeah, no doubt. Where everyone is anxiously awaiting the excitement that comes from Little Bucket, and it looks like we've got our last player joining the field now, so that should be happening any moment.
Players hitting the field. This is the best part of the night, ladies and gentlemen. The opening kickoff, the first match of 3 matches here in QRLS Week 4 triple header. We are underway. The 3 Rocketeers taking on the Speed Demons. Zovri at the mid, kicking it out to RL Zombie, his new teammate. Zovri, this is his first action since Season 2. Season 3 at the beginning of the season here, Bearded. How do you think he's feeling? We talked about the rookies, but essentially he's been off the field for quite a while as well.
Yeah, you have to wonder if there's going to be any kind of ring rust, so to speak, but it looks like he's fitting into the rotations pretty well right now.
Open net for Arking, but wasn't able to corral it on his hood as Slurpy Snail gets the save on a very anxiety-driven drive by Arking Duwork, and we see the pressure now coming from the Speed Demons at the mid. Arking trying to push this thing offensively, and instead RL Zombie, the rookie, kicking it into the corner. Zovri to follow off the back wall. K1 Killer with a great job to clear that thing to mid, and it is a ping-pong match.
Absolutely. That was a great read by K1 to buy some time there. We've got another good play here and a great challenge there by Sir Bro Dude.
Sir Bro Dude, nice little touch there. Pushes it across center. Nobody home to shoot the ball, however, as he gets credited with a shot on net, but no goal. K1 Killer pushing it into the corner. Gets full boost now. Arking puts one on net, and he scores off the nose of the defense.
What an absolute banger by our king right there.
Arking just squeezes it by Slurpy Snail and hits it near post to put this game up by 1. The Speed Demons not familiar with taking early leads in matchups so far this season. Hopefully they can ride this momentum out here, Bearded.
Yeah, absolutely. K1 talked about it on multiple occasions that he was going to be trying to get that Game 3 energy into Game 1, and it looks like they're starting off that way today.
Zovri passes Slurpy Snail. What a save by the rookie. Sir Bro Dude stops Slurpy Snail. Last season's final MVP dead in his tracks right in front of the net. Now the ball is coming the other way. Slurpy Snail with a big clear into the offensive zone trying to get his team. His 3 Rocketeers moving. Zovri kisses it up. Nobody home. K1 Killer corrals it in the corner nice and patiently like we've seen in 99 other games here, Bearded.
Absolutely. As we talked with the veteran of the league, we've seen the Rocketeers get... Oh, excuse me. What a goal by our king to steal that one.
Our king steals that one right out of the Rocketeers' hands, puts it right on net. You could have fit a tractor trailer through that hole. A 2-goal lead now, courtesy of our king Duwork, Bearded.
Absolutely. I was just getting ready to say it looked like the Rocketeers were showing some of those signs of a new team where there was some double commits and some miscommunication, and it just absolutely showed itself in the worst way there.
Zovri pass to mid. Slurpy Snail is up. He puts this one over towards the net. Misses wide. K1 Killer corrals. RL Zombie there. This ball's flying way up in the air, and that could get very dangerous for either side depending on who gets there first. And give Slurpy Snail the savior on the 50 on the shot by our king.
Yeah, Slurpy is working hard out there on the defensive end. You know, it's not where he would like to be spending this much time as he sets up a great pass there, and Zovri almost gets a good shot on.
Nice opportunity by Zovri and Slurpy Snail, but Sir Bro Dude was there, and he was like an iron wall. As Slurpy Snail, another save, give him 4 in this first match, and now we see the Rocketeers again on defense. RL Zombie kisses this one over the head of the defense. K1 Killer, however, right there to corral it and catch it in his own zone. Zovri with the pressure centers this one. Nobody home to shoot. Slurpee back past RL Zombie. Zombie back to Slurpee in the corner. Can they get some offense going? What defense by the Speed Demons?
That was incredible. It looked like they were going to have a great opportunity for a goal there, and it just got snuffed out.
Speed Demons rotating very well here tonight against the new look 3 Rocketeers, and we have a minute 30 remaining in this matchup. Slurpee Snail puts this one center. Can somebody shoot it? Zovri is there just a little late, misses wide on the post, and now we see Zovri again trying to kiss this thing back to his teammate. Zombie can't get there. Slurpee Snail kissing this thing offensively, and one thing we have seen is a lot of pressure. What a save by our king!
That was an incredible save, but you're right. The Rocketeers are definitely up in the pressure here. They've got to get one home soon or they're going to run out of time.
1 minute remaining. Zovri with a nice pass to Slurpee. Thwarted by K1 Killer in the air. RL Zombie trying to run the offense. Zovri's there. Trying to win the 50. No, as Slurpee has to re-corral this thing. And we have 45 seconds remaining. Slurpee way up in the air. What a touch by Sir Bro Dude.
What a great touch by the rookie, living up in the air.
Slurpee Snail can't put that one on net. Another miscommunication there, courtesy of Sir Bro Dude. 30 seconds remaining, and the clock is ticking, and it is not in favor of the 3 Rocketeers. Beautiful demo on the far end by our king to stop the offensive pressure. Slurpee Snail puts one on. Top post, no!
Pressure has been just unreal in the last 2 minutes from the Rocketeers, but they haven't been able to get anything home. I think it speaks to that rotation and chemistry from the Speed Demons.
Yeah, a tale of 2 different halves of this game, as we saw the Demons score twice and score early. However, that whole second half of that match, it almost looked like the Rocketeers had the Demons' number. They just could not put one in the back of the net. Who do you think has the advantage going into this game, too? Obviously, the Demons win and win with a shutout. However, we saw 6 shots by the 3 Rocketeers total, and I'm pretty sure those came in the last minute 30. And we will see exactly how this plays out going into Game 2 of this 3-game match. We have the lobby back up, ready to go. Players are getting ready to hit the field here. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, we always play 3 games in the QRLS, regardless of series record. And that is not going to change here tonight. We have 9 total games here for you tonight in this triple header match. And right now is Game 2 between the Speed Demons and the 3 Rocketeers.
Yeah, we're looking forward to a great game here, and let's see which version of these 2 teams shows up, the first or second half of Game 1.
Slurpee Snail banger on net. What a save by K1 Killer on the near post already. Offensive pressure by the 3 Rocketeers as Slurpee Snail tried to shoot that one from mid. K1 Killer, what a flick! It's not in the net, and our king finishes it off.
Absolutely. K1 just went through that whole possession and showed us why we say he's a 5-tool player in this league. Excellent save on one end, control moving down the field on the other, and then a beautiful flick that almost could have been a goal in its own right.
Instead, we see the assist by K1 Killer. Another 1-goal lead early here. This time, the Speed Demons up by 1. 4:35 remaining in this game. Plenty of time for the Rocketeers to mount a comeback and tie this match up. However, we already saw more pressure early on from the Rocketeers than we saw in Game 1.
Yeah, no doubt. And, you know, we just need to see what's going to happen with some of these. Oh, there's another touch going the wrong way. And K1 gets the goal.
What a weird sequence of events there, Bearded, as a little collision in midair and bodies flying everywhere sees K1 get credited the goal here to give the Speed Demons a 2-goal lead.
Absolutely, that's not as clean of a goal as you usually see from K1, but I know he will take it.
No question about it. 4:11 remaining in this game. Still more than enough time for the Rocketeers. However, down by 2 goals is never an easy feat. What a touch there. Zovri just barely got there. I thought that one was going in, Bearded.
Absolutely, I thought we were going to have to change that lead quickly here, but it absolutely was a great touch to save that from going in.
Nice opportunity here by the Rocketeers to put some offense. Zovri misses wide on the shot on net as we see RL Zombie try to corral this thing in his defensive zone. RL Zombie can't quite get to K1 in the air. However, Arking off the back wall tries to pass it to Sir Brodude, but to no avail. Slurpy Snail trying to follow this thing up the wall. Nobody home. Zovri there to follow. Gets the 50. Zovri pass off the wall. Opportunity. Nobody home. Arking is there and in plenty of time. And a backflip by Slurpy sees another goal by Arking.
Wow, that's not the type of possession we usually see, and we're seeing that Rocketeers are kind of selling out to try to bring that pressure up, and they're just getting caught in bad spots on this one.
3-goal deficit here. The Speed Demons are ahead, and they are ahead big as we have 3:15 remaining in this matchup. We have Arking with another 2-goal game. He has 4 tonight so far. Off the top post is Slurpy Snail. That one was on net. And Zovri now trying to corral this thing. What a 50 by Zovri off the wall. Off the top ball, Zovri looking for the shot. Nobody home.
Oh, that thing set up about as nice as you'd like, but it didn't quite find a shooter.
You see K1 Killer patiently getting this thing. Another flick. K1 has been flicking his way through the league so far this season. What a save. Bicycle kick by Zovri to clear that thing out of goal's way.
K1 has shown some excellent patience and ball control on these last 2 possessions, just absolutely setting up his teammates like he said he likes to do.
Slurpy Snail trying to continue the pressure. Zovri rotates in offensively. Zovri has been all over this passing opportunity. Nobody there to score. What a shot by RL Zombie!
That's a great shot by the rookie. He just absolutely went for that one.
Great pass there. Nice and high waterfaller by Zovri to give a little bit of hope here to the 3 Rocketeers as we see a 2-goal deficit now with 2:23 remaining. More than enough time to try and mount this comeback as they were down by 3 goals. Now they're down by 2, and the Rocketeers looking to put pressure on early again. Slurpy Snail off the back wall. K1 Killer's right there, but Zovri right where we have seen him all game long. Up in the air in the corner, nobody home.
Absolutely. With the pressure that the Rocketeers have been putting on since the end of Game 1, you know that this 2-goal lead can absolutely disappear quickly, especially with somebody like Slurpy.
RL Zombie patiently getting this thing at the mid, trying to pass it to Slurpy Snail, who's up off the ceiling. Slurpy Snail trying to get it. Zovri, what an opportunity! RL Zombie can't squeeze it in as he misses near post.
It's just been time after time since the end of Game 1 here where we've just seen pressure and opportunities, and they just haven't been able to get them home.
We see now the K1 Killer up in the air. Nobody home. Great challenge by Zombie. Another save by Slurpy Snail. And another banger. Zovri going the other way. Puts one on net. Misses wide.
Again, I feel like I'm a broken record here, but just great opportunities that are just missing.
Zovri is trying desperately to get this thing in the net. He's been so active offensively. And what a banger by Sir Brodu to clear this thing all the way off the back wall and reset that offense. 60 seconds remaining. The 3 Rocketeers are trailing.
Well, Zovri with a great touch. Does he have enough time? No, Sir Brodu is there for the save.
Slurpy Snail trying to get it on net. Misses wide as we see the clock tick here. And Zovri in the air, can't quite get it. RL Zombie kisses it back to Slurpy Snail in the corner. Can't get the opportunity they need. And this clock is not their friend as Arking off the back wall. Nobody home. K1 kisses it in.
Absolutely. K1 playing the janitor there, cleaning up the mess.
And that is the icing on the cake as the Speed Demons are en route to win their first series of Season 4, and in a big one indeed in this interdivisional matchup against the Three Rocketeers. And, Bearded, obviously going into Game 3, Three Rocketeers dreading the possible sweep.
Yeah, nobody wants to be involved in a sweep, especially not when it's your first time out as a team. You do have to expect some rough starts, but being part of a sweep on that first time out is not what you hope for.
And the clock is going to whittle down, and the Speed Demons are going to win the series here. They go up 2-0 advantage, and the Speed Demons are looking to go into Game 3 and earn their third sweep in franchise history. However, I doubt the Three Rocketeers are going to make it easy, as we see that offensive pressure that we saw from the Three Rocketeers all game.
Capitalize mostly through no fault of their own. That's just excellent defense by the Speed Demons. And we talked about whether they would be able to get those Game 3 games from previous weeks starting in Game 1, and they brought it through 1 and 2 to win the series here.
And we are going to get a lobby reset here as the map was on rotation, and these guys did not want to play in the snow, Bearded.
No, I don't blame them, especially any of the players from up north here. We've got our fair share the last few weeks. I think we're over it, but I know my back doesn't like shoveling anymore.
As we look to get this lobby back up and running, as Bearded mentioned, a lot of our player base up here in the northeast part of the country, we are pounded with snow the last couple weeks, and obviously some of the players do not want to see that one happen. So we're getting the players back in here. Lobby's back up nice and quick as you like, as K1 Killer likes to say. And we got players hitting the field already, and it's like it never happened, Bearded.
Absolutely, and there's nothing better than looking out there and seeing some beautiful green grass.
Champions Field will always hit as good as it could. Game 3 here, Speed Demons looking for a sweep. Sir Bro Dude almost got it on net, but missed wide. And Zovri at the mid trying to get something going for his team. And he has honestly shown a lot of leadership quality here tonight, Bearded.
Absolutely. It seems like he's been in the right place at the right time. As I say that, he comes up with an excellent save.
Speed Demons looking for their third sweep in franchise history. And they are up 2-0 now. Zovri, what an opportunity! Thwarted there by Sir Bro Dude and RL Zombie to clean it up.
Absolutely. And Zovri had to make a nice move there to avoid saving his teammate's shot. But he is absolutely impressed tonight. He has been very, very active, and it doesn't look like there's much rust there.
The first lead by the Three Rocketeers all night shows by RL Zombie, the rookie. A 1-goal deficit here. The Speed Demons trail with 4:23 remaining in the final game of this first match of the QRLS triple header here of Week 4. Zovri looking for the double tap, nobody home. Sorby Snail puts one on, and it's pinched off. K1 Killer running it up the sideline now, and that was an awesome opportunity, thwarted again.
Yep, same thing has been the common theme for tonight. And we look here to see if the Rocketeers can come through and try to avoid this sweep.
Zovri trying to get the clear. Sir Bro Dude patiently waiting. Pushing it offensively. Sorby Snail now at the mid, waiting for boost. Doesn't get any. K1 Killer with a nice patient clear. And it is just a volley game here.
Yeah, K1 has been incredibly patient in this game, and it's paying off for them so far.
Zovri, nice 50. Beautiful demo by K1 to stop the offense of Zovri. His colleague and I believe his cousin here, Bearded. And now Zovri respawns already back at the other end. Tries to put one on. Puts one to Slurpy Snail. Nobody home. Great defense again by the Speed Demons.
The Speed Demons have been showing all night that chemistry advantage has been playing a huge factor.
And RL Zombie looked for the bump, it looked like, but our King was too quick for him as we see K1 Killer get the clear at the mid. Nice aerial, trying to get this one over. Nobody home. Slurpy Snail corrals it in the corner, and Zovri patiently waiting for this ball. Nice catch, and what a 50 by our King to keep the pressure on as the 3 Rocketeers look like they're running out of boost here.
Yeah, it didn't look like they were ever going to get that ball out of the zone, but as we say that, they get it across.
We see Sir Broju way up high looking for the pass. Our King wasn't there to connect. Slurpy Snail puts one on, and Zovri almost looked like he saved it.
Yeah, I think he may have.
We see a miscommunication by new teammates and 2:20 remaining. The only good thing of this is they are the team in the lead right now, Bearded.
Yeah, you would have liked to get that 2-goal lead there, though, especially when it's saved by a teammate. That's certainly something you want to clean up as a new team.
Zombie there to put one on. Our King with a nice save. Slurpy Snail, what a save and a beautiful demo as payback to K1 Killer, courtesy of Slurpy Snail.
Boy, that save came with a receipt real quick.
Slurpy Snail at the mid, thwarted by K1 Killer. K1 loses the 50 to Zovri. However, Sir Brodu trying to put the pressure on. Slurpy Snail, great read there off the nose of K1 Killer. No boost, no problem. As we see him try to pass it to Zovri. Zovri, bicycle kick, way up high, dangerous spot. Our King now, right to RL Zombie who corrals it. And this is a back and forth, low-scoring affair so far. Zovri, off the near post. Zombie can't put it in. Slurpy finishes it off.
Absolutely. What a possession there by the Rocketeers. Just relentless pressure. K1 did all he could there to try to save that ball, but it took a weird bounce off the post.
1:24 remaining. The Rocketeers looking to end this series with a win and looking to avoid getting swept. They have not gotten swept so far this season since week 1, where we saw them lose 0-3. However, since then we've seen a lot of changes to this team, and you know, Bearded, do you think it was almost sort of a warm-up week for them, especially now that they seem to be more comfortable here in game 3?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, really, since the end of game 1, we've seen them working really well together in terms of creating the pressure. Just some small miscommunications that I'm sure will get worked out as they play together more.
The clock is ticking relentlessly, and the Speed Demons patiently trying to get this thing into the offensive end. Slurpy Snail hits one on far post. Zovri, what a save by K1 Killer now, as we see the banger by Zovri get thwarted by the Speed Demons. Slurpy Snail off the corner looking for a pass. Nobody home. RL Zombie, the rookie, off the wall. The net looks open. What a bump to prevent the shot.
Oh, it looked like the rookie had a great read on that one, and he just got taken right out of the play.
And Slurpy Snail now, for good measure, Zovri's there. Whoa, off the post!
Oh, man, the theme of the night continues, although it hasn't hurt them this game. Oh, maybe it might not be too late as Sir Brodu, the other rookie in this game, comes through with a goal that gives them at least a chance.
Bearded, we've seen goals off kickoffs before, and that's essentially what the Demons need in order to force overtime here. There is always a chance at another goal, the ball floating in the air, especially when there is the 0-second rule. Zovri puts one on for his own team!
Hey, we talked about a last-second kickoff goal, and we got it from the other team. What a way to end the night for the Rocketeers. Avoiding the sweep and looking good in that final game, probably building up some chemistry and confidence going into next week.
No question about it. Very exciting match indeed. The first match of our triple header here tonight. And, you know, I honestly only think it's going to get better from here, Bearded, as next up we are going to see the Bleacher Boys take on the Gold Diggers. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We are going to relaunch the stream here very shortly. Stick around and stay tuned.